You know, Devin, I'm beginning to really not like AOC. Yeah, I know. I'm going to put it out there. Her recent comment and spat with Riley Gaines on social media, didn't like it.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't like the aggression?
I am going to return all my love letters that I got from AOC. Done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's really serious.
Yeah, this is serious.
Yeah.
And my friendship ring with her, back. I'm sending it all back.
Oh.
Also,
she's going to be so hurt. She's almost campaigning.
Yes. She asked me to tie that yellow ribbon around the old oak tree to express my love for her. But I'm not gonna. No.
Not even the yellow ribbon. My God.
Yes, not even the yellow. I'm going to get on the bus, forget about us. She can put the blame on me.
Oh, she will. She will. Yeah.
That's a reference to a great song from the 70s. But anyway, yeah, pretty despicable stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see what she did with Riley Gaines? Okay, so Riley Gaines was talking about the dangers of socialism and otherwise, and said that AOC is not doing well for the country. And in response, you get this kind of, well, why don't you hear the response as described by Fox News? Here you go.
AOC's online spat with Riley Gaines exposing the double standard. It all began when Gaines said socialists are destroying America from within. AOC then alluding to her fifth place tie with a biological male, Leah Thomas, telling her to channel all of this anger into swimming faster, and Riley isn't backing down.
I want to honestly challenge AOC to a debate. She can defend socialism. I will defend capitalism. Any of the radical, insane democratic policies and platform that they stand for, I will debate the opposite. I'm challenging AOC to adhere.
AOC responding to that, get a real job. But Riley Gaines firing back, she's a mom, the best job in the world, on top of her duties as host of the Gaines for Girls podcast on Outkick.
Okay, so anyway, the thing that just kind of slides by on this is her comment, like, maybe you should have swum faster. I'm so outraged by that. Like, dude, or dudette, if you want to call that. You're not a swimmer. And you're telling her to swim faster. Like you couldn't possibly, go as fast as Riley Gaines. And she was swimming against a guy.
Right.
A much bigger guy.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. That's the whole point. You should have swum faster. Really. I mean, it's so insensitive. And so can you imagine if we had told that to a woman as a guy, telling her, well, tough luck for you, So, too bad you got bullied, or you got beaten up. If you were a man or fought harder, then you would have been beaten up.
Right.
Right. It's the same thing.
Oh, and it's when you talk about like military standards, police standards, they're always lowering them for women. And the Democrats like, you have no feelings. You don't care about it. Well, maybe they should do more pull-ups. Maybe they should be able to carry 300 pounds.
That's a great point. They're totally willing to lower the standards for women when it comes to, all the things you just mentioned, military, police, fire. But when it comes to this, well, then you should be doing as many pull-ups. That's a fantastic point.
Yeah.
This has been the Devin Goodman Show. Thank you for
So
attending.
you're not going to return your friendship ring with AOC?
No, I'm not.
It means so much to her.
I'm going to return my friendship ring, and that's that.
Man.
Some days you got to really put your foot down, and I'm doing it today. All right? Not so despicable. Anyway, that's the latest on the Riley Gaines thing. But it's such a great example of how tone deaf people like AOC are.
Yeah.
They don't even hear themselves. And then with the challenge of the debate, and AOC says to her, well, why don't you get a real job? Like, excuse me?
AOC said that to her?
AOC says that to Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines, who's this amazing champion swimmer. And AOC just kind of, somebody said, hey, you want to run for Congress? Okay. Like, you think you're doing a real job, lady? You think just, pointing your finger, yelling at people like you're doing some work? No, you're a little child.
Yeah.
Who's been given some power.
Yeah.
And you act like a child.
Yeah.
Who has a little bit of power.
Who voted yourself not having a job now because of the shutdown.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will talk about that in a moment too. But it's very interesting. I want to get to my theme
Yeah.
And sometimes I like to talk about themes that are outside the scope of politics, and this is
Right.
one of them. So, in the Torah, there are 613 mitzvot,
Yeah.
which is kind of a combination of commandments / obligations / things you ought to do. Okay?
Right.
So think of it that way. So the classic thing is, help people across the street, help, give food to people, pay your day laborers on time, don't gossip, things
Yeah.
like this. So those are part of the mitzvot. And many people look at that and say, wow, there's so many rules that you people have. That's just outrageous.
Yeah.
It's like, and we live a much simpler life. We don't have to live by those rules, and we're very happy. Thank you very much. Here's what I have to say to that. If you don't live by the 10 commandments, or in this case, the 613 commandments, okay, as a Jew, but even if you don't live by the 10 commandments, you will ultimately live under many more commandments.
Yeah.
Many more. I'm not talking about 613 commandments. You will live under 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 commandments. Why? Why do I say this with great confidence? Because when you don't have the 10 commandments or the 613, you will end up having to make rules in order to just function in society.
Yeah.
You'll have to assume that everyone is trying to cheat you. And if that's the case, that you're going to have many different laws and regulations in order to make sure that people are punished for each one of these possible regulations. So, let me give an example. Let's say you have to tell people that they can't embezzle from their employer. You also have to tell them that they can't steal this item from the grocery store, and you can't steal or cheat, against somebody from the library. You can't steal a book there, and you have to do. And here's the rule about how to do the traffic laws, whatever.
Right.
You have tons of traffic laws, of course, and rules about the way you speak to each other. You can't defame each other. You can't. You have to pay your taxes a certain way. There are thousands and thousands of regulations we live by.
Right.
Most of which we wouldn't have to live by. Most of them. Were we all to follow the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Not even the 613 mitzvot. Those are special to the Jews. But the 10 commandments, you wouldn't need all these crazy regulations. Like how much cream can be in an ice cream, for example. There are rules about that.
Is that actually a regulation?
Oh,
Oh,
they
wow.
have rules about ketchup. They have rules about, all the rules of labor rules, right?
Yeah.
What you can and can't say, when you hire somebody or during employment.
Yeah.
There are rules about, oh my gosh, the ADA, right? Americans with Disabilities Act, right?
Yeah.
The toilet paper roll has to be so many inches away from the toilet, okay?
Wow.
And many other things involving the bathroom. It's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. These are rules that there are so many of them that people just don't know what to do with themselves. They know they must be violating thousands of rules every day.
Oh, yeah.
But we wouldn't need that if we just follow the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so funny to me where people say, oh, these 613 commandments that you impose upon yourselves, that's ridiculous. Isn't that so mind-numbing? And how can you get anything done? Like, dude, you're under much more regulations because you don't follow the 613 commandments.
Yes.
Had you done that, everything would be okay. It's like anything else. Like if you don't, what does it say? A stitch in time saves 9, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that if you prepare things correctly, you don't have to worry about everything else falling apart. So, get your house in order, like the 3 little pigs, right?
Right.
Make that strong and sturdy, and you won't have to constantly repatch things all the time.
Yeah.
With new rules about the way things should be done. And that's I think we're living in that society right now. Tell me as a listener, you feel free to email me, by the way, Barak at lurie-law.com. Just email and say, the many rules that you find yourself living under.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised. How crazy it is. And every year, January 1st, every state has new rules.
Right.
And they're really crazy rules. So don't tell me that life is so complicated as a Jew with 613 commandments. Okay, that sounds like a bargain to me. compared to the tens of thousands of rules. Anyway, that's my piece. What do you think?
I think it's great. And just to go back to Riley Gaines and the great AOC, where when are you allowed to say the onus is on you and when are you not?
Yes.
I'm a drug addict. Onus isn't on you. It's your victim.
Right.
I'm a certain colored skin or a certain gender or a certain sexual orientation or a certain mix-up of gender. Onus is on you. I'm a woman who is against a transgender. The onus is against you.
Right.
You know, like it's...
Right. And then to say nothing that some people do have to live under regulations and other people don't.
Right. And that's like, and then that, so now you have these people who have to live under the regulations, these people who don't. And it's just easier if God is God and the state is the state and the state's not God. Just throwing that out there.
You're throwing it out
there.
Well, look, I mean, tell me about, one thing that big news today is that the Congress has come up now with the Biden administration and their findings about how he actually had dementia and how there was a huge cover-up about it. I mean, it's not really a surprise to us, right? Okay.
It was so obvious. The emperor was naked the whole time.
The whole time. Well said. Well said. The emperor was naked all this time.
we saw it. Yeah.
But now they're coming up with a report about this. Now, look, I mean, we have a Republican-led Congress that would not have done this, but were a Democrat-led Congress. But, here we go.
Yeah. So
this is from the Washington Times. A months-long House investigation has concluded that President Biden was losing command of himself, quote unquote, while in office and was not personally involved in many of the pardons, commutations, and other executive actions signed by an Autopen. The Oversight and Government Reform Committee asked the Justice Department to address the legal consequences of House investigators' conclusions, which deems void executive actions and clemency warrants signed by the Autopen during the Biden administration that do not include documentation proving the president made the decision.
Yeah.
Oops. The committee requests that you investigate all executive actions taken during the Biden administration to ascertain whether they were duly authorized by the president, Chairman James Comer wrote. This is, by the way, to the Justice Department.
Right.
Okay, this is from Just the News. The Biden Autopen presidency will go down as one of the biggest political scandals in U.S. history. As Americans saw President Biden's decline with their own eyes, Biden's inner circle sought to deceive the public, cover up his decline, and took unauthorized executive actions with the Autopen that are now invalid. Look, it's inevitable. This is a horrible thing that's happened. And when you talk to liberals about this, like this Autopen, what do you think? I mean, clearly you think this Autopen thing is a terrible thing, don't you? And their response is this. Well, all presidents use the Autopen since the 1970s. You know that, right? Yeah. Like, no, that's not the issue. I'm not talking about the Autopen existence.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fact that a president is using this by other people for major executive actions. Not just signing bar mitzvah congratulation notes,
right?
Okay, or wedding notes and things like that. That's fine with the Autopen.
Yeah.
But when my son had his bar mitzvah, we wrote and invited President Trump at the time to come to his bar mitzvah. We didn't expect him to come, but he sent back a letter.
Really?
And it says, "Congratulations on your bar mitzvah."
Oh, that's so awesome.
And it was signed, and I know it was signed by an Autopen.
Right.
Of course, I'm a big boy about that.
Yeah.
But when you're signing a pardon for somebody, when you're signing a major executive order, you know what? You ought to sign it yourself.
Yeah. Or even know it's being signed.
Right. And we know that he didn't know. And we know that because when people confronted, did you sign this thing? And he said, no, I didn't. Like, so either he had the dementia and forgot that he signed it, which is bad, or he really didn't sign it, which is also bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, the second one is worse, I suppose.
Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Trump is going to come back soon from Asia with a deal with China, probably tomorrow, Thursday.
Wow.
The meeting before this meeting was very fast because they already kind of worked out most of the details. And everyone was kind of amazed how quickly it happened.
Nice.
Like, done. This is the tariffs and everything else.
Right.
I tell you, Devin, Trump is like Stephen Jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, we said this before. I think we even had it as a theme before, and I think in more ways than one. We said before that he was tough. He was, a little bit of a tough guy to work with, an a-hole in many cases. Steve Jobs was much more of an a-hole than Trump is now, much more. Not the best father, by the way, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Trump is a great father, by contrast.
You can see proofs in the pudding with that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the point is that Steve Jobs, everyone knows that he was a phenomenal inventor, a phenomenal idea guy, and he came up with these incredible products, and people wondered how will we ever do without him.
Yeah.
And he set the tone for technology. And no one says, oh, well, because he was an a-hole, I'm not going to buy this Apple product. Right? I mean, a lot of liberals have Apple. Look, I have an Apple product right here.
Most liberals do. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no boycotting him or anything else. But when it's political and it goes to the very core of their DNA, because, people, their identity is not wrapped up in whether they're an Apple user or a, PC user.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of kind of funny things like that. But politically, that's in their DNA. And so when you see that someone's really effective and is the equivalent, if not more so than Stephen Jobs, then you really hate him for that.
Yeah.
So what gives there? On the one hand, Steve Jobs far worse than Trump, and yet you still love him and you still miss him.
Oh, yeah.
And people wondered, by the way, and this is very similar. Steve Jobs, when he came on the scene, it's fair to say that he revolutionized all of technology. He opened up the whole way of thinking of technology. Here's a standalone computer. Here's the iPod, right? Here's the iPad. Here's the iPhone.
Yeah.
He was the one to make that happen. He was revolutionary in that way, and he went against all obstacles. Well, isn't Trump the same thing?
Yeah.
Trump now created a different version of what the presidency can be.
Yeah.
People will look, you can do that as a president? Wow, I didn't realize that. Now he's raised the bar, in other words. Before Trump, and I'm talking about before the 2016 election, before him, you had people who kind of plodded along. Reagan was great, but he was just incredibly charming and effective, I think. He had his own share of mistakes. He could only do so much.
Right.
But nevertheless, Trump is doing far more than Reagan ever did.
Oh, yeah.
And so now the next president, whoever it is, Democrat or Republican, won't be able to, everyone will be saying, wow, I really wish you had the kind of, gravitas and the momentum and the energy that Trump had. They won't have that now.
Or on the energy point, journalists who are opposed to him complain about traveling on Air Force One with him because he doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
He has constant energy. He's constantly answering questions.
Yep.
Biden will go months without answering a question.
Yes.
Trump's doing it constantly.
Yes, that's true. Look, all I'm saying is you're going to miss Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And because he was so effective. I mean, look, we are gasping for air because, as a podcaster, it is so hard to keep up with all the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
And it might be easier if I did it on a daily basis, yes, but I can't, for one thing. But even if I could do it on a daily basis, I'd still be missing all the stuff that he's doing.
Right.
So wonderful that he's making this. He's really showing up all presidents of the past. And I think, God willing, Vance is something similar. But this is like a comet that happens every 76 years, maybe. But this is a comet that will have happened once every 250 years.
Yeah, he's once in advance. I think is going to be just as MAGA. I do not think he's going to have the energy.
Right, he will not.
Trump has, I heard a study where it's like there's a certain amount of people only need a couple of hours of sleep a night. And then there's a great deal of people who think they're those people, and they're not.
Right.
Trump's one of those people. Steven Spielberg's like that too. Only needs 2-3 hours a night of sleep.
Right.
But so few actually can function at a high level with that. And the deals he's making. Now, I hope he ends the shutdown soon because the food stamp thing is terrifying. But I'm stepping on that.
No, we'll talk about that in a moment. But he's just doing so many things, and he's just getting things done.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point now where, okay, send in Trump. He'll fix it. He'll do it.
Yeah.
And he does it. He goes to China. He's going to come back with a deal. If not tomorrow, then very soon after that. And in the meantime, he's sending Pete Hegseth to send aircraft carriers to Latin America.
Yeah.
Right? Mostly to Venezuela. He's decided correctly, I think, that Maduro is a thug. He's a criminal. He doesn't belong as the president. He's the unelected president of Venezuela. The opposition should be recognized instead.
Right.
And now we're going to say, look, tough luck. We're going to get you, like we did Noriega.
Yeah.
Back in Panama. I think it was the 80s, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, the New York Times,
Yeah.
it calls it a major escalation, right? The tone is clear from the New York Times.
Yeah.
Start worrying, like a lot. Yes. Bad things are happening.
Yeah. God.
Trump is also saying that he is terminating all trade negotiations with Canada because of a TV ad campaign sponsored by Ontario, saying that Reagan said that tariffs were a bad thing. And eventually it would lead to all sorts of bad things. Okay. And it's misquoted. It's chopped up just like a 60 Minutes interview, for example.
Yeah.
But I digress on that one. But President Tough he's standing tough. And that's the way it is. This is my latest favorite thing that Trump has said about the drug cartels. And he says he just wants to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Check it out.
The radical left lunatics.
And Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay.
I just love that.
That is so
They're going to be
beautiful.
like dead.
Yeah.
like that.
That is so amazing.
like a simile to dead, which is dead. Like not existing anymore.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, man.
And he says it with such aplomb. He just, very straightforward,
Right.
matter of fact. We're going to kill them. And that's refreshing to me.
Yeah.
These are bad guys, bad hombres, and maybe they deserve a little killing.
This is not, and this is one of the things I disagree with Trump on this. It is not drugs. Fentanyl, I talked to a guy who his son died of a fentanyl overdose. And you have little saccharin, the smallest little things of saccharin, the little granule.
Yeah.
2 will get you high. 3 will kill you. Those little things of like sugar and stuff, it is poison. You have that little amount, and you have to have a PhD to properly give it to someone, and still they get off.
Right.
It's poison.
Yeah.
It's not a drug. It's poison.
I agree, but we're dancing around the issues. The fact is that he's killing the bad guys, whether it's poison or drugs.
Right.
We need to stop these guys, and that's exactly the right thing to do. So,
that's what I mean. Like, so many Americans are dying.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Senior political advisor Stephen Miller says that they're engaging in a total government effort to destroy the foreign terrorist cartels and transnational crime. It's a most extraordinary law enforcement endeavor in American history, now fully operational in all 50 states.
Nice.
Okay? Fantastic. That's what it takes, and that's your point.
Yeah.
He also summed up the strategy and the significance of that strategy in light of our nation's recent history. Here's what Stephen Miller said. I really do like this guy. He's very dedicated to the president, yes, but he's got his own agenda that is fully on board with MAGA.
Yeah.
And they're executing on it.
Yeah.
Let me just say, Mr. President, he says, that this country was going to die without you. Wow. First of all, wow.
Yeah.
This country was actually going to die without you. He repeats it twice. That's what we were facing in 2024. We've been invaded for 4 years. Our communities were sinking. Our public safety had gone to zero. Cartels were running entire communities. Sex trafficking, child trafficking, labor trafficking was out of control. Overdoses were out of control. The cartels were claiming more and more territory. City services were buckling. This was the country on the verge of dying, and you alone saved it. And when you stepped forward originally in 2016, you started a movement to make America great again. And that means make America great again in every way. And that means safety and prosperity and peace and freedom from cartels and crime and gangs. And your vision and your leadership in declaring war in the drug cartels is the single most successful public safety initiative in American history. People have been talking about drug cartels for longer than I've been alive, and everyone has just taken for granted that they can't be touched or stopped. They're too big, they're too powerful, they're too evil, and they're too murderous.
Yeah.
They can operate with impunity. And in just 9 months, President Trump is the only American leader, not just in our lifetimes, but ever, to actually take the fight to the drug cartels.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I love that man. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a fighter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speaking about fighting, going to the Middle East now.
Yeah.
We have a Donald Trump tweets as follow. I don't know if he tweets it. No, it's a truth. We have a very strong peace now in the Middle East, and I believe it has a very good chance of being everlasting. Hamas is going to have to start returning the bodies of the deceased hostages, including 2 Americans, quickly, or the other countries involved in this great peace, all caps, will take action. Some of the bodies are hard to reach, but others they can return now, and for some reason, they are not. Perhaps it has to do with their disarming, but when I said both sides would be treated fairly, that only applies if they comply with their obligations. Let's see what they do over the next 48 hours. I am watching this very carefully.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Wonderful. He's saying it very clearly. In the meantime, Hamas has recently attacked, done a raid against some Israeli soldiers and killed I believe, a corporal.
Jesus.
He was 37 years old. May his memory be a blessing. And that was a violation, of course, of the peace. And Israel went in and started attacking and started killing some Hamas guys.
Yeah.
And, of course, the very vaunted and very accurate, Palestinian Humanitarian or Health Organization claimed that there was 100 people who died. So you can take that to the bank.
Yeah. And the pictures are all the same guy.
Oh, it's all the same guy.
In the same pose.
It's amazing what you can do with AI now. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I wonder what they do when they want to fake these photos. Do they go on ChatGPT and say, I want to create a picture of many Palestinian-looking people dead.
Yeah.
Can you help me with that? Oh, sure, I can help you. Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Make it look more suffering. And so on. I mean, I'm sure they do that. It's AI is their tool. It's only $20 a month or whatever.
Right.
Anyway, this is an important thing to talk about. Anti-Semitism from the right.
Yeah.
Until October 7, hating Israel and linking those Jews to kooky conspiracies was strictly a left-wing phenomenon. But now things are changing. This is from Scott Pinsker. Conservatives didn't traffic in that trope. Not so anymore. And I'm not just talking about fringe voices like Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm talking about one of the biggest, most influential conservatives in the country, Tucker Carlson. He's done more to mainstream anti-Semitism in the Republican Party than anyone alive. Carlson operates under the facade of, I'm just asking questions, which sounds innocuous enough. How could you possibly fault a guy for being just so gosh darn intellectually curious? But there are questions and there are questions, right?
Yeah.
Like questions like, why do Israelis love to commit genocide? That's a question, right? Why don't they just want peace? Why do Jews control everything in the world? Just good old-fashioned questions.
Yeah.
Good journalism right there. You could ask, reasonable questions like, when is this war going to end? Does Israel have a sense that the world is watching this? Does Israel have responsibilities in its conduct of the war to root out Hamas? What are those responsibilities? Okay, I can dig that.
All right.
I think we have answers to those. But questions are not all born alike.
Yeah.
And Tucker Carlson knows that. And to say, I'm just asking questions, it's a lie. It gives this facade, it gives this cover to this brazen anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So, look, It's not intellectual curiosity. He's not an investigative reporter, doggedly following the facts wherever they might lead him, damning the consequences along the way. He's a professional propagandist who profits from peddling lies, conspiracies, and bigotry. This is how he makes money, because it's profitable. That's, again, from Scott Pinsker.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz was speaking on the 46th annual night to honor Israel, and he says, the danger that I want to highlight to you tonight is not anti-Semitism on the left, it's the one on the right. I'm here to tell you, in the last 6 months, I have seen anti-Semitism rising on the right in a way I've never seen it, in my entire life. Listen, CUFI, which is Christians United for Israel, is extraordinary. The work that CUFI does is desperately, desperately needed. But I'm here to tell you the church is asleep right now. If I pick up my phone and send out a tweet, if I say good morning within minutes, I will have hundreds of blatantly anti-Semitic responses just by saying good morning.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is real. It is organic. These are real human beings, and it is spreading. In the last year, we had 3 prominent voices on the right publicly muse, gosh, maybe Hitler wasn't that bad a guy after all. Yes, he was. He was the embodiment of evil. But when I said that tonight was the most important night of the 45 nights to honor Israel, this was the reason more than anything, not the grief and not the victories, but the danger. And I'll close the way I opened by saying, God bless Israel. God bless Texas. God bless the United States. It's not surprising and chilling at the same time, but I will say this to my Christian listeners. Please understand something. Israel and the Jewish people, we need your support. We are only 14 million people on a good day. We've talked about this before. Million, that's with an M as in mother. And the Muslims, by contrast, are 1.7 billion. That's with a B. Okay? We have our work cut out for us. There is no way we can win solely by numbers. They have huge numbers, and not only that, but they have a lot of money. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, as we know, Iran, as we know, they pour billions of money into teaching propaganda, making placards, telling people what to think and what to say. Yeah. Israel cannot do this alone. We need you. So please support Israel in whatever way you can. Please, and here are my suggestions. Please support Stand With Us. I'm on the board, Stand With Us. They do great work exposing anti-Semitism and helping Jews on campuses where it's really needed, by the way. They also expose anti-Semitism throughout the world. I also would like you to please support Friends of the IDF. Okay? The soldiers, and my son is one of them, really need your support. They need equipment. They need all sorts of things. They need bulletproof vests. There's just a lot of need right now. So whatever you can do to that, I praise you for doing that. Also contribute to PragerU. I love PragerU. I am on the board of that as well. They, I think, disseminate fantastic information. And then, of course, finally, Turning Point USA. Okay, goes without saying. They are advocating Christianity, Western values, and very pro-Israel messages. We talked about this before too. Their support is rock solid.
Yeah.
All right.
And can I say one thing about the that article said, I think I could, correct me if I'm wrong, but it said like the anti-Semitism is organic. And I disagree with that vehemently. I think Qatar and Saudi Arabia and all those other countries are spending and throwing so much money at it.
Right.
It is not organic. You have bots and you have people trying to divide us, trying to put down people.
Right.
What we saw on college campuses was not organic. It was pre-made signs.
Agreed.
Pre-organized. And
Agreed.
we have to be able to stop that. And and that's something that's,
One of the tactics, we'll talk about this in another theme, is basically that we have to understand one thing. Just like you can't get the crazy liberals to become Republicans, right? You can, however, get those who are in the middle and don't yet know enough about Israel, for example. That's your best opportunity.
Right.
And they know that too, the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
We just got to get to them first.
Yeah.
If we get to them first, we win.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's time to talk about the shutdown.
Dun, dun, dun. The
Shutdown.
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 Yeah. Shut it down.
Shut down.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Shutdown.
Shut it down. Shut down.
Okay, so now the shutdown, contrary to my expectations, I was thinking it was going to be over very early. I think even I said a couple of days, like, this is nothing. I was wrong. And I'm embarrassed to say, because it was so obvious that I would be wrong, because these guys have nothing else to do other than to scorch the earth.
Yeah.
Duh, Barak, what were you thinking? The Democrats, that's their game plan now. They have nothing else. They're not going to. They have to take the tack that the Republicans are shutting down the government and it's hurting you. And gosh golly, why won't the Republicans just listen to some common sense reasoning here?
Yeah.
And that way you'll get your food stamps.
Yeah.
But food stamps are not going to be coming out starting November 1. Yeah. Are they intending for there to be riots? Talk to me.
I think you have Halloween the night before it stops coming out. Halloween happens to fall on a Friday. Yeah. They want a riot, and I have the simplest way to stop this shutdown in a second, but I'm not going to go there yet. But they want to destroy this country, and they want to continue to have social division, and that's what they're going for. It's on. I can feel it.
To learn about Devin Goodsman's idea, please become a member of the Barak Lurie podcast for a reasonable $10 a month. Anyway, okay. Yeah. I think bad things are happening, and they want to create that sort of chaos.
Yeah.
And by creating more chaos, they'll say, look, the Republicans can stop this. It's pure. They take the play from the Hamas playbook.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They're holding the country hostage. They could easily do a clean resolution, just changing nothing, just keep on the funding the same way as before. They agree to the resolution. I mean, you know this. These are all talking points that we've already said. But they have to have their freebies to these illegal aliens so that they get Social Security and welfare benefits and everything else. And that's not what the country wants to give.
Yeah.
They're against that. Outrageous.
It
Shut
is.
down.
And shut it down and just put it to a vote. Just have a simple, should illegal aliens or anybody in the entire world be able to get free health care and free SNAP and free EBT in America or not? Put it to a vote. Put your vote on the record and have it be a simple, clear vote.
A referendum.
However you do it.
Look, that would be great. And you would find that 80% of the country would agree with, not giving the illegal aliens their welfare benefits and other goodies, and to have at least a clean resolution to continue the government. That's what you would find. And 20% would say no. And we call that an 80-20 issue.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think it's looking good for Chuck Schumer and his boys, because he learned from his last time that he agreed to the continuance with the clean resolution. And now he's facing a threat from AOC, your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You should never have broken up with her. You would have had some influence with her.
Yeah.
That's water under the bridge at this point. She's not taking you back. Done.
Wow. Wait, really? You got to go there? She's not taking you?
Yes, I talked to her recently about this. Yes.
God, yeah.
Anyway, AOC is making a run for Chuck Schumer and threatening his Senate seat.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's the reason why we are now stuck in this position.
Yeah. Because
of the vanity of this guy, the ego of this guy. He must have a Senate seat because the zombies have taken over the Democrat Party. That's what it is. They have no feelings. They have no remorse. They're zombies. They just have to just destroy the planet.
Yeah.
All while claiming that they are saving the planet somehow. We'll get to that in a moment, by the way.
They always have to blame the other side of what they're doing. They always have to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Mamdani.
Oh, God.
Is getting very close to the election.
Yeah.
It's coming in a week or something? And
my God,
he's likely going to win, especially with, what is it, Silva?
Yes, it's SL. Sliwa.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's not going to win.
No.
We don't need to learn the pronunciation of that. Yes. Yeah. It won't happen. So I'm not going to bother. Unfortunately, we're going to have to learn how to pronounce Mamdani.
Yeah.
And he's going to win. He's going to win the mayorship as it looks by a wide margin. Although the gaps, the polls are closing. It's closing from like 14%. A 14-point gap to a 10% gap. Okay, bravo.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do it. with Andrew Cuomo, that is. But then this recent video has resurfaced, and this is only from 2 years ago. Take a listen to what Mamdani said about the NYPD.
International. And I think that for anyone to care about these issues, we have to make them hyperlocal. We have to make clear that when the boot of the NYPD is on your neck, it's been laced by the IDF. Right? We have to make, not specifically that example all the time, but just to say that for working class people who have very little time, who have so many stresses, who are under so many pressures, there isn't that much time for symbolism. We have to make it materially connected to their life. And I think that what opportunity we have is that we are in a country where those connections abound, especially in New York City. You have so many opportunities to make clear the ways in which that struggle over there is tied to capital's interest over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
In other words, just lie. Just, bring whatever you can from a struggle over there and bring it to the struggle over here.
Yeah.
And say that, for example, that whenever the boot of the NYPD is on your neck, it's laced with poison from the IDF somehow, right? But these are maddening talking points that, yes, Hitler would have used. I mean, Hitler would say, "Yeah, you got it, exactly right. That's the way to do it."
Yeah.
And Goebbels, who was the propaganda minister,
that's what I was thinking. Goebbels would, yeah,
he would say that's exactly the way to do it.
Yeah.
And they'll believe it. They'll say, there'll be people who say that the boots are laced with whatever of the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces.
Yeah.
Like you say, huh? That's not logical, but that doesn't matter. There's no logic to this. We're talking about anti-Semitism. In anti-Semitism, you can say anything.
Yeah.
You can say, and they have said, that Jews were chopping up Christian babies to use their blood to make matzah.
Which,
never mind that how you do that. I mean, there's no logic to that. Let alone the matzah is not red.
Yeah.
And it's not the recipe like you said. That's not the recipe.
It's unleavened, sir.
That's clearly not included in this recipe.
Yeah.
I've got the book right here, sir. I don't think you're getting the point here, Devin. I love you, but
but the big lie is easier to sell something that's so absurd. They're like, oh yeah, it's such an absurd thing. Of course it's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
But idiots will support this idiot guy. Check and listen to these rabbis supporting Mamdani.
Oh God, really?
Okay. Now, I say that rabbis in quotes, okay, because they ain't no rabbis.
Yeah.
But they claim to be. Here you go. Take a listen.
Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi. We're among the thousands of Jewish New Yorkers who've been out door knocking and phone banking to elect Zohran Mamdani. We're also rabbis.
We know Zohran will fight to make our city affordable and safe for our families.
And for our neighbors of all faiths and backgrounds.
As Jews, as rabbis, as New Yorkers, we believe that all people deserve to thrive. Zohran agrees.
All right. There are so many things that are wrong with this, Devin.
There are so many things.
It's insane. Okay. First of all, technically speaking, women cannot be rabbis. Okay. It's a male word, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like saying, I don't know. You think that's only a man can be.
Right.
Right. So I don't know. A policeman, right? You wouldn't say a woman is a policeman. You can call her a policewoman.
Right.
But the embedded in the word rabbi is a masculine.
Like father
thing.
or husband.
Okay, good. Right.
Yeah.
And we all know that a woman can't be a man.
Yeah.
So.
Which is another subject to add to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all these women are there. And then they all claim to be rabbis. I don't believe them. They are rabbis to the extent that they filled out a form from the back of a matchbook cover. Okay, that's what I think. That's about it. And then there's this tranny there. Clearly,
it's just
and
blasphemy.
It is okay. In Judaism, we don't. A man has. Oh my God! It's one of the mitzvot, by the way. You cannot a man cannot dress up as a woman and vice versa.
It's talked about quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
It is just completely verboten. You do not do that. Okay. Anyway, these idiots are rabbis like Leah Thomas is a female swimmer.
Yeah.
Okay. Or like AOC is Churchill.
Right.
Or like Devin here is Conor McGregor. Okay. No offense, Devin.
Oh, you're just popping my bubbles left and right.
I did have to say it. You're just not going to win
Oh,
against
and
him.
a wee boxer in Ireland. I tell ya.
I'll get you.
In me lucky charms. Yeah.
That's like, wow, you're conflating so many things. I don't even know where to begin. Anyway, it's pathetic, this whole thing. And in no way please don't take this seriously. Anyone watching this think, oh, well, rabbis, they do not speak for Judaism.
No.
Okay. So they are at best reform rabbis, which I have a lot of trouble with. They might be what we call reconstructionist rabbis, which I have even more problems with. But they clearly don't speak in Judaism for this. And then talking about the actual practicalities. They talk only about, oh, we want less rent, we want fair taxes, we want to tax the rich, we want free buses, whatever that they said. And Zoran agrees. Oh, okay, great. Zoran agrees with us agreeing with him. Surprise, shocker. What a bizarre thing to say. Zoran agrees. Okay, well, now you've got the imprimatur that you need, I guess. And then there's not a single reference to anything Jewish.
Yeah.
Like you would think they would say, well, in the Torah, in Leviticus, it says blank.
Yeah.
And that is what we are trying to uphold here.
Yeah.
And Zoran Mamdani, he supports us and aspires to live up to that ideal.
Yeah.
They don't say that.
I have a good one. The Garden of Eden, everything was free. As should New York City be under Mamdani. I could do
a
this.
utopia. You could do it. Yeah, you could do it better than these rabbis could.
Oh.
But anyways, it's pretty absurd.
It's mockery. Yeah, it's just...
All right. Well, there's more, of course, as always. But this is my latest favorite thing to talk about, and that is about global warming.
Oh, God.
Climate change.
We are going to die in 1999 because of global warming.
Well, it turns out maybe we won't.
Oh.
Yes.
Global coalition?
No, it's even better than that. It turns out that Bill Gates recently posted that the doomsday view of global warming is wrong. Yes.
Okay.
And it appears to mark a significant shift in the debate over climate change. Yes. Yes. Take a listen to exactly what he said. He said that he wants a new approach to everything. And this is what he wrote. This is his article.
Okay.
And he wrote it in, Gates Notes. It was a blog, so it's his own blog. There's a doomsday view of climate change that goes like this. In a few decades, cataclysmic climate change will decimate civilization. The evidence is all around us. Just look at all the heat waves and storms caused by rising temperatures. Nothing matters more than limiting the rise in temperature. Fortunately for all of us, their view is wrong.
Okay.
That's Bill Gates saying that.
Kind of terrifying. I agree with him on this. Yeah.
Although climate change will have serious consequences, particularly for people in the poorest countries, it will not lead to humanity's demise. People will be able to live and thrive in most places on Earth for the foreseeable future. Emission projections have gone down, and with the right policies and investments, innovation will allow us to drive emissions down much further. So he had a coming to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
Something happened here. Unfortunately, the doomsday outlook is causing much of the climate community to focus too much on near-term emissions goals. And he's right about that.
Okay, yeah.
And it's diverting resources from the most effective things we should be doing to improve life in a warming world.
Okay.
Okay, great. I disagree with the warming world concerns. But yeah, this is what the famous anti-climate change scientist says. Alex something. Oh, shoot. He said, I believe in climate change, but there are far more things to worry about.
Yeah.
And that will be much more impactful.
Right.
And now Bill Gates is saying exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful because Trump responds to that, declaring victory. Right. So Trump writes in a truth, I guess, we just won And he wrote, we, in parentheses, I won just the war on the climate change hoax, the president wrote on his Truth Social account. Bill Gates has finally admitted that he was completely wrong on this issue, he added. It took courage to do so, and for that, we are all grateful. MAGA!
Nice. He ended it with a MAGA.
With MAGA, yeah. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
That is great. See, he's just ending wars left and right. The climate change debate.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, what a time to come out with it. If Bill Gates was smart, he would have come out with it while Biden was still president. But now that Trump is president, it looks like all things are shifting toward Trump's way of and the view of things.
Yeah.
But I think that Bill Gates got religion on this. I think he actually looked at the information, looked at some arguments against it, saw that all the doomsday stuff was not happening. This is getting tiresome. Really, it was, they started from the 1960s. And they said we only have 10 years left, 20 years, 12 years left seems to be that seems to be the going number.
Right.
And it was all nonsense.
Yeah.
So
you can only do this let it go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. She focuses entirely now on the Palestinian cause.
How dare you?
It was very sexy when she said that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe. Now that she's a young lady, it's ridiculous. She thought that somehow that was so, powerful.
Yeah.
Anyway, take a listen to Harry Enton, who talks about how the numbers works. And he, everyone is doubting the doomsday scenario. Yeah. Only 2% rank climate change as the top issue facing the USA.
They're 2% idiots. Yeah.
and that percent has been steady since 1989.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're discovering this. Like, nobody cares about this. And this is your entire focus. We talk about 80-20 issues, but this is a 98-2 issue, as it turns out.
Sane people versus nut jobs.
Yes.
2%. Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Let's take a listen.
Really, we've just seen consistency on this issue. The bottom line is that the climate change message that folks who, of course, believe that climate change is real and is quite worrisome, simply put, has not really worked with the American people.
So greatly worried. You say greatly worried. So people say they're greatly worried, 40%, but how worried? Really? Is it the biggest thing they're worried about?
Yeah, it is not anywhere close to being the biggest thing that people are worried about. What are we talking about here? Well, why don't we just talk about top issue facing the U.S., climate change? Well, I got some numbers for you on the screen right here. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know that these numbers are not particularly high. Top issue facing the United States, climate change. It was 3% in 2021, 2% in average of polls in 2023, and this year the average of polls 2. It is very, very low on the list of priorities. I was trying to count it out in the Gallup poll, and basically it was so low down, I was counting all the different issues, almost lost track. It was like 15th or 20th. It was just very, very low down. So the bottom line is not only are we seeing that the number has not really moved over the last 36 years, but in terms of being the top issue, it simply put has not broken through. 2%.
Okay, so you get the idea there. And it's funny to see that these people have stuck with this issue.
Yeah.
And then I think people are beginning to say, yeah, global warming, blah, blah, blah. And, and you don't hear anything from Al Gore. What happened to him?
He made $1 billion.
I guess so.
Yeah. He made some money.
That's an inconvenient truth, I'll tell you what. So, okay, there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is Argentina. So
Argentina?
Yeah. Don't cry for me, Argentina. No.
He's bringing back the sideburns, and we all need to wear them.
That is what I wanted to talk about.
God, I love that,
sideburns are now back in fashion. No, I'm not going to talk about that. Javier Milei wins wildly well in his midterm elections. This is back on Sunday.
Yeah.
So what happened? On that date, Argentina held partial elections to renew roughly half of its lower house and 1/3 of its Senate. The ruling party of Javier Milei, La Libertad Avanza, LLA, achieved a decisive victory, garnering 40.7 to 41% of the national vote, well ahead of the main opposition. At least 1/3 of the seats, enough for blocking minority against the opposition to override vetoes. Very powerful. The result exceeded many expectations. Political analysts called it a surprise or upset insofar as the government had faced recent headwinds of economic trouble, inflation, but nonetheless pulled off a very strong performance. In fact, he's stronger now than ever.
Yeah.
So many had expected opposition to hold stronger, and in some key provinces like Buenos Aires, the ruling party reversed prior setbacks. In the province of Buenos Aires itself, historically a Peronist stronghold, LLA managed to edge ahead. Not bad.
Yeah.
So although it didn't obtain an outright majority, achieving more than 1/3 of seats is very significant. Milei publicly called for cooperation. Everything is great. The broader reform agenda remains, and he's gonna be doing amazing things in the future. For the opposition, the Peronists, this is a major setback. Their dominant role in Argentine politics is being tested, and internal fracturing is being highlighted.
Yeah.
So I love it. I'm so happy about this. I was worried about this.
Yeah.
But I think the people of Argentina are saying we're going in the right direction here, especially because he lowered inflation so dramatically.
Yeah.
So this is a good sign for Trump as well.
Right.
This is a good sign for MAGA, generally speaking. Just keep steady, folks. Everything's going to be okay. I'm very excited about our future in America.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about the Middle East. I'm excited about Israel. I am worried about the rise of anti-Semitism. I think we need to really address that, presto pronto. But if we get rid of of Hamas on the first and foremost, that will end the discussion. They won't be able to say, you got to reverse history somehow and bring back Hamas. They're not going to say something like that. But especially if we continue on with the Abraham Accords and bring in Saudi Arabia, bring in Qatar, maybe even bring in Iran, which is possible.
Yeah.
That changes all the dynamic.
Yeah.
And really, they're not going to be able to funnel money into America and Europe to say how awful Israel is. It just won't be au courant. It won't be a fad anymore.
Right.
There is no cause to pursue at that point. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'm being Pollyannish, maybe too optimistic. But what else do we have?
Yeah.
But to be optimistic. All right, folks. Thanks so much for listening today. This is Barak Lurie signing off saying God bless, be strong, and we'll talk with you next week.